Good morning, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black people. I hope that all is well in your world and this day become a very, very successful day for you and all of your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful black loved ones. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful black people, black intelligent black people. Know that one of the premises of racist white folks as a group since the inception of this plantation called America has been that white folks will always ask the question, why don't you give us time to change things? Why don't you give us time to make things just for you and the rest of you black folk? Why don't you give us time to act? You have had 400 years, racist white folks. You have had 400 years, and you're still saying to black folks today in September of 2020, give us time to act as a group. White folks will never, ever behave in a just manner as a group. The only answer that I can give to the query of white folks is that white folks must be prodded about as often as you must prod a wild horse to cooperate. White folks must be prodded before they act. They must be prodded. Prodded. You are sadly mistaken if you think, if you have one iota of a thought that white folks collectively have a conscience. They do not. White folks collectively have no compassion. They are uncaring. And they salivate at the thought of a black person dying, a black person suffering. I believe that Jesus wept, but faith and hope he kept. I have never ever lost my faith and hope. And I believe that I must sustain it until I move to the other side of the river. White folks are dedicated. White folks are dedicated to the maintenance of the status quo. White folks want to sustain, maintain the status quo. We must offer reasonable, massive resistance to the injustices that black folks right here on this plantation called America are faced with, prodded with by racist white folks called the Republican Party, the Trump and his administration, etc., etc. without pressure on racist white folks, there would have been no accomplishments regarding civil rights. There would have been no accomplishments regarding equal rights, my friends. There has not been a single gain in civil rights without determined legal and nonviolent pressure. Think about that. There has never been a single gain in civil rights, in equal rights, in voting rights, without legal action and nonviolent pressure. Hence is why we are still prodding white folks, racist white folks, with legal actions and massive nonviolent resistance today in September of 2020. You can lament, I can lament some historical facts that privileges groups of white folks that are privileged. Privileged groups will never give up their privileges voluntarily. Racist white folks will never give up their white privileges voluntarily. Now, there might be some white individuals that may see the moral light. There might be some white individuals that will see the moral light and will voluntarily give up their unjust posture, their unjust positions. But as the great abolitionist, his name was Reinhold Niebuhr, and he spelled his last name Niebuhr. First name Reinhold, Reinhold. He writes, and I will quote what he said, what he wrote. He said that privileged groups tend to be more immoral than individuals. And that is true today in September of 2020. The Republican Party, Trump, his administration, and 63 million racist white folks, and 63 million racist white folks are immoral as hell. They are immoral as a group to the nth degree. And Mr. Niebuhr was exactly right. Privileged groups with their white privileges are totally immoral than a few of those individuals that are in the group that may see the moral light. Freedom, the quest for freedom is never voluntarily. Freedom have never been free for black folks. And the quest for freedom has always been a very painful experience. Freedom is never given voluntarily by the oppressors, and white folks are the oppressors. Rather, freedom must be demanded by the oppressed. Freedom must be demanded by black folks, people that look like me. We are the oppressed. We must apply, we must engage in a direct action campaign that is well timed, that is well positioned, targeted at those who have not suffered unduly from the disease, the mental disease of racism. White folks must be the target, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. For 400 years, we have heard the word, wait. Wait. That word rings in the ears of every black person right here on this plantation called America. That word is very familiar to black folks. White folks will say, wait. And this wait, W-A-I-T, has almost always meant never. When white folks say to black folks, wait, it's a coded way of saying never. We must come to see. We must come to see that never happens, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. As MLK Jr. once said, justice too long delayed is justice denied, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. That is my preaching for today. I will talk to you again on another one real soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay COVID free. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay COVID free. My beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters.